Hello everyone. I want to make this video since my first Elden Ring video release, but then I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't do that, but after my latest video I decided to make this video. I will try my very best to not insult or make fun of Elden Ring fans in this video.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Okay, so this video will be mainly focused on my latest video, so if you didn't saw it, I would recommend you to do that for context. Okay, let's begin with the most popular comment under my video. If you can't beat the bosses, just say it. You know, I always knew that Elden Ring fans are a bunch of idiots, but this comment just prove that I am once again right. If you will watch my video fully, you won't see me talking about difficulty. You will actually hear the opposite of that. Let me actually show you a small part of this video. I am 100% sure that any of you had a moment in which you met Remembrance boss or someone else and they just absolutely demolished you. You went on the other side of the map and when you came back, you accidentally two-shotted the boss. The best example of this are Relana and Radan. I am 100% sure that any of you had a moment in which you just ran down either of these bosses simply because you were way too over leveled for them. In Elden Ring, because of open world, it's just impossible to balance your encounters with bosses. You always are either way too OP or way too weak. There is no golden middle, and because of that, most boss fights in Elden Ring are just boring. So once again, why so many Elden Ring fans immediately assume that this game is too hard for me, may I ask? Also, I really enjoy the fact that I have one full video in which I am explaining how main game of Elden Ring is pathetically easy, and in my other video I am saying that in Elden Ring's DLC there is only one hard and one retarded boss. I just don't understand why so many Elden Ring fanboys are capable of only spamming "This game is too hard for you," even if you said nothing about difficulty. No, really. In my video, I said that bosses are reused over and over, which is a bad thing. I say that bleed weapons are just superior to other weapons, the fact that all dungeons are similar and extremely boring, and that you spend way too much time on a horse. And all these idiots can say that this game is too hard for me. Fucking garbage eaters. You think that I am way too harsh toward them? Well, let me tell you one very funny thing. Currently my video has 100 dislikes, and when I saw that I thought that maybe I did some serious fuck up, because there is just no way that so many people can be that brain dead, right? Right? Oh yeah. As it appeared, so many people indeed can be a bunch of idiots. Why I say that? Well, if you simply read comments under this video, the comments are either "Man, I love Derek so much" or "Your idea is just make hate content." I always knew that Elden Ring fans are not capable of either thinking or listening, but after this video I am fully convinced about that. The best example: you probably got gatekeeped by most of the bosses and didn't go to see quarter of it, and go play a real open world game like a Ubisoft one. Let's talk about this comment first. I am literally showing me bullying most of these DLC bosses. I have at least 6 videos about me beating everything fuck out of these bosses, and I even have a full guide in which I demolish the hardest Elden Ring boss with 3 completely different non-one-shot or mage build. So no, idiots, I am more skilled than all of you Get Good spammers combined. Also, the funniest thing about my video, even though I have 100 dislikes, under my comment you won't find at least one comment in which someone actually tries to prove I am wrong. Not even a single comment in which someone actually tries to explain how or when I was wrong. Wanna know why? Because I am right. These idiots can't parry my arguments because of 2 reasons. First and most obvious reason, they are just dumb and are not capable of thinking. And secondly, there is simply nothing to say. They just physically can't deny my arguments. And this is why they are so angry about my video. They know that I am right. They know that this game's open world is a piece of shit, but they don't want to admit that. Okay, to be completely fair, there was I repeat, two somewhat decent arguments from these dudes. Maybe open world games are just not for you, my friend, and that's okay. Yeah, these arguments are also very bleh, but compared to others, this is just a 10 out of 10 argument, just bravo. And now let's talk about this a bit in detail. I indeed don't like open world games, and I even say that in my very first Elden Ring video, and there is a big reason for that. Let me ask you one very simple question. Look at the open world games that were released for the past 10 years and tell me which open world game comes first in your mind when someone mentions good open world game.
What are you doing? Killing monsters.
Yeah, it's Witcher 3, or in some case Elden 2, which I admit is also very good open world game. But I want to talk about Witcher 3 open world and why many people call this game the king of open world games. The answer to that is very simple: quests. Witcher 3 has fantastic quest lines. They all are interesting. When you see questline symbol on a map, you want to explore it because you know that there will be interesting content. Let me name you a few quests that I can remember after not playing Witcher 3 for more than 2 years. Drunk party with the boys, wedding, open sesame, endless story of Olgerd in Heart of Stones DLC, fairy tale, a quest in which old man got his boner once again because of a statue, or the story of Dettlaff in Blood and Wine DLC, plus main story of DLC is also very memorable. I also really like the story of a random witcher from cat school who had to kill an entire village because villagers didn't have enough money for his job, and after he killed the monster, they tried to backstab him, but he went on a rampage. The story in which almost the entire village transformed into pigs, the quest in which a drunk Harold is trying to kill a vampire, the story of Bloody Baron, which is probably the most interesting questline in Witcher 3. Fuck it, even a random quest in which one random dude got sick was very memorable. Yes, not all questlines are that good, and let's be honest, for example, combat is pretty repetitive, but it's not that bad. And also, let's say how it is. When it comes to repetitive combat, games like Sekiro is just unmatched. The main difference of Witcher 3 and Elden Ring's open world is that in Witcher you aren't running around like a madman while searching for random magical pools in order to fight bosses. You aren't running around simply because you need to level up or remembrance a boss to just one-shot you. No, you are exploring this open world because you know that 90% of the time you will find interesting quest which motivates you to explore this open world. While in Elden Ring you are not motivated, you are forced to explore this open world, and especially in DLC. Okay, to be completely fair, when you play Elden Ring for the first time, you also are motivated to explore this open world, mainly because there will be new content for a while. But then, sooner or later, when you explore the same dungeon, in which you will find another stone cat or dual stone cats that you killed at least 7 times already, your thoughts will be,
how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
like I said in my video, Elden Ring just does not need open world. And not only that, it's also super harmful to this game itself, because Elden Ring is not your average open world game. It's a Souls game in open world. And for many people, Souls games are always about interesting boss fights. And in Elden Ring, it's very hard to find interesting boss, simply because you can always be a bit over level and boss and ruin your encounter with him. The best example of this are base game Radan, Godric and Renala. You can be over leveled them so easy, it's not even funny. All Elden Ring's problems are because of open world that just does not work in a Souls-like game, simply because you are always either way too weak or you accidentally broke the game and now you are running around two-shotting everything on your way. You might say that if I don't like fighting the same punching bag basic mobs with hellbar, it's my problem. Well, that many people like Elden Ring's open world, and that I'm trying to be special. And no, you morons. You can stick the arguments such as "It's your problem" in the deepest part of your ass simply because it's the same as a Far Cry 6 player defended another same outpost with "It's your problem, you can't aim." And secondly, people don't like Elden Ring's open world. I will open a Pandora box for you and say that people like legacy dungeons. They like to explore legacy dungeons such as Academia of Raya Lucaria, Leyndell, Godric's Castle, Farum Azula, Mesmer's Castle, Leroy 2 DLC Radan, Relana's Castle, and many, many more. Unless this dude is trying to be a special sweet pineapple, there is not even a single person who likes to fight the same raised boss for the 10th time in a row, while screaming that it's a fun or it's optional, just like Days Gone, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War Ragnarok, or Horizon Forbidden West. Elden Ring has bad open world no matter how you look at that, and the only reason why people are screaming that Elden Ring is a masterpiece because Elden Ring has anti-modern game syndrome. In 2 words, modern games are such interesting pieces of garbage that compared to them, even okay games such as Elden Ring looks like a flawless masterpiece. Other 2 best examples of that are Stellar Blade and Wukong. No one talks about the fact Stellar Blade is just a shitty Nier Automata copy-paste with extremely boring characters, especially Eve. No one talks about the fact combat system in this game is just garbage. Everyone praises this game 24/7 just because in modern games 99% of female characters look like a fat ugly gorillas, and because main character of Stellar Blade was somewhat attractive and she actually looked like a woman. Now Wukong. No one talks about the fact chapter 6 is just annoying flying simulator on a cloud. No one talks about the fact locations are just empty with zero interesting stuff. No one talks about the fact some bosses are just stupidly easy, and about the fact that some of them are a bit bullshit bosses. For example, one boss does damage to you in a cutscene, and a few other bad things. Why? Well, because Wukong is a fun game, and because it shows a huge ban towards Sweet Baby Inc. I swear, 90% of all videos about Wukong is about how monkey devs are not afraid of modern audience and Sweet Baby Inc. And the same thing can be said about Elden Ring. I said about this more than 1 year ago. Look at the games that were released recently: Idiotman 2, Modern Scan 3, Horizon West, Star Wars Outlaw, Anal Legacy, Squad of Idiots, Shit and Bones, and many, many more just uninteresting or unfun games. Modern gaming industry is just dead. The only good game that I can truly call a high quality game that was released for the past 2 years, okay, is Lies of P, which is a pure copy paste of From Software game, and Monkey. Elden Ring is a okay game that is getting praised 24/7 by gamers because they are tired of garbage games and they just want to receive more at least okay games that are even a bit fun to play, that aren't full of deep messages such as diversity, inclusivity, body positive, and disgusting looking female characters. Okay, let's have a small conclusion. Elden Ring is not a bad game. Despite the fact I make hate content of Elden Ring for more than half a year, I don't hate it, and you won't find at least one video in which I say that Elden Ring is a bad game. But I just want to say one important thing to Elden Ring diehard fanboys.
Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
You're not special, just one of many.
Let's all say how it is. Elden Ring has garbage open world, and there is no two opinion about that. You aren't receiving a joy while you are exploring this open world. You are receiving a joy when you are exploring legacy dungeons, or while you are fighting a few remembrance bosses. Open world of Elden Ring, and especially in DLC, is uninteresting garbage, in which you are running around on a horse like a madman just to find either 50 magical pools or to find some some OP thundersticks. That's it. Because of open world, many boss fights are ruined simply because you can accidentally two-shot them. This open world is full of the stupid choices from Bloodborne that no one liked besides die-hard fanboys. Because of open world, weapon variety became a joke. Because there is not even a single objective reason to take My Lady and tickle Midra when you can take a bleed and freeze katana and just wipe the floor with him. Simply because you do percent max health damage. Because of open world game, devs reuse their bosses over and 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 over, and from 238 bosses, there are only 10 unique bosses. I repeat this once again, in Elden Ring there are nearly twice more bosses than the amount of all bosses in 6 Soulborne games combined, but only 7 of them are unique bosses that aren't reused or aren't basic mobs with health bar, or enemy NPC with health bar. Well, that's pretty much it. Type what you think about my video. With this, I will say bye bye to you and I will see you next time.